Hey. Oh my lord, I am the hostess with the mostest, the high priestess. Can you turn that down a bit, please? The hostess with the mostest, the high priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger god, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I posted on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my charts. What's up, everyone? I wasn't really going to start with anything right away, but I had this huge download from last night's video. I'm like, please don't make me start with this bullshit. Really? Yeah. I'm going to teach you a lesson about time. Why? Because I'm the keeper of time. Well, you know, there's Father Time over there. I said something in my video last night. Now, as Isis, I'm the keeper of the Akashic Records, right? As Hecate and the Triple Goddess, it's past, present, and future. I said something last night that can break the ego completely, break the matrix. But it's if you choose to receive it. And it's the way it's worded is going to screw you all over. I said last night, I was like, they say that the present determines the future. But I was like, our present is our past. Yesterday is over. Today is a new day. And whatever we do today will be over tomorrow. Now, that goes back to that you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So how are you planning for a future that you don't know exists? Okay? And it's funny because it's like, wait, you stand at the doorway of manifestations of creating new futures. No, I don't. I walk in what is destined to be. And that's why the door's open for me. So, we're in the past already. You think it's the present, but it's already happened. How do you know that? Because I've seen the end? That's what it means. You guys think I'm seeing the future, that I'm a psychic because I can see the future. No. If I can see it, it's already done. That means it's the fucking past. It just means we haven't got there yet. Time is not linear. Only on your little fucking clock or your phone. Really? I tried to explain that. This is going to really hurt your head. The life I came to live has already been lived. I saw it before I got here, and while I'm here, I see the ending and I see how it works out all the time. The life that we came to live before we got here was written before we got here. We signed the contract. We said we would do all these things. It's already done. We're just here during the doing, and what you call is the present, which is just the experience. We're in the experience called life. It's already done. We said when we would be born, where would we be born, what we would do, who we would love, who would we wrote down everything to the day we died. We signed the contract. All of you know when you die, just like I do. You just don't remember. You don't remember all the things before here. And that's because you've shoved yourself with all the things of this world. Okay, well, we take off the things of this world so you can remember everything. But you already know. This is the past. You've already lived this life. It's written in stone. So it's like you didn't make any mistakes. You didn't do the wrong thing, and you're not going to do the wrong thing tomorrow because you're on your path. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. So it's supposed to give you some certainty in the uncertainty. When you don't know what's going on, you're like, I don't know, but I know this is what where I'm supposed to be. This is what I signed up for. I'm supposed to be here at this time doing this stupid ass shit. God put me here. What is that? Divine timing. Divine timing. I shared an interesting video. It came to me right as I was going to bed. I was like, whoa, this is intriguing. It talked about women who have babies in their 40s, how it's a spiritual contract. And it goes into how these babies, how the contract is made that only at this life, only at this time. They needed you to be well seasoned before they came in because of their reason. And that's to say with these kids chose what time to be there. Same with my other kids. We chose this life contract. I was going to have you when I was just a child. And that was going to force all of us to become adults faster so we could be the next. What is that? Hold on a second. I have to read that. Fuck, I fucked it up. I'll go back to it an hour later. Forgive me. I hit just marked as red and now it's gone. We made contracts with people before we got here. And it is what it is, and you can't, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. It's all part of, you know, the soup, the game. This is the game. This is the role you're going to play. This is what you're destined to do. You guys don't know your destiny or any of that, but you're still walking in it. And that's something simplistic as the High Priestess. When I first got this, you know, I was given that authority in the very beginning of my spirituality, and I had no idea what it really meant. I got a book, and I thought they were training me to become the High Priestess. I was already becoming it without the book. Every time I pulled out the book, it was just, all right, so we went through this chapter. And that was the same thing with every book that I have. Same thing with the Dark Night of the Soul. Same thing with the cards, which I'm about to pull out right now. That's being pushed by the energy. Now, you are too. You're not off of track. You're supposed to be going through all of this bullshit, and that goes back to the trials and tribulation days. We signed up for this. You know what I mean? And going back to that video, it's like my next children had to wait until I was fully healed and fully established before they could come in and be bred into their job. But these two had to go through their lives. Everyone had to fulfill their life contract. You know what I mean? I'm honored that Joan of Arc took life with me, that we signed this agreement, that Benjamin, that we all signed these agreements together. That Russ said, I'm never going to leave you. Promise? I promise, bro. I promise? I promise. Now look at me. Oh my God, are you ever going to get out of my face? Love you. Anyways, going back to it, we made these contracts. And that's to every single person. It's disconnected. Every single person that we meet on the streets. You know, bro. You know you were supposed to meet this person, have this conversation. And that, hold on. Close. It's trying to connect my phone. Connect it to yours. Yours isn't turned on. It's divinely orchestrated. Every little situation. And that goes back to that video too. I was trying to explain. There's like a fucking table where they orchestrate all this shit. It's already orchestrated. Right? Everything's already seen. They just get to watch it get played out. It's like, you know, they saw the trailer of this movie, and so everybody gets to watch the movie play out, which is life, right? They get to watch this never-ending story called life play out, and then there's the script writers, and there's this and the that, but nothing's off track. So where are we? The Book of Revelations? Really? Yeah. So we go through that for, what, 35 years, and then what comes after it? The Promised Land and the fucking heaven on earth shit and the shift dimension and all that. And what comes after that? It's all in the books. I tell you. It's not like we're writing the future. It was written before we got here. We signed up for it. It's the past. We already did it, bro. It's done. Really? Yeah, just keep doing what you do. In the essence, it's like, you know, things happen. Evolutions in life happen on a specific time. It's like, why didn't I meet you sooner? It wasn't meant to be. Why didn't I this soon? Nope, this was the time. Everything is orchestrated like that. Really? Today's already planned out. We just we don't know God's plan, but it's already planned out. Our whole life is. He has the whole life planned out. He gave us a whole life before we got here, and he knew we were going to do everything, and there's all that forgiveness and, you know, happy slappies, and here we go. Really? Yeah, bro. Yeah. I just had to stop on that. I was like, I want to tell you, it took me nearly 30 minutes to figure out how to, the bottom of the card is strength. Ooh, have the strength. It took me like 30 minutes to figure out how to put that into words where it could be digestible by your minds. Oh, a card just totally flew out. The Magician. That's interesting. That was the Isis card last night. Manifestations, right? So what it means is, like, bro, the power isn't, it's all power and authority given to you by God for your purpose. Like, as you step through the layers of life, you get the wisdom and the powers to go further in life that could also have helped you before, but also can help others, because you went through the trials and the tribulations. You learned lessons that other people didn't seem to understand, that made you more profitable because of your understanding. Realistically, yeah, money don't buy you happiness. But based on your understanding, you can give that understanding to other people and make their lives more abundant. Because of the hardships that you've been through, you can use this. And that's the power of manifestations. As I said earlier, I was saying to Red earlier this morning, I was like, it's being able to harness the dark side, not deny it, but push it in a different way. And that's really what that is all about. It's like, you know, you don't take your dark experiences and forget about them. You use them to empower you through, on the bottom of the deck is the Fool. You use them to empower you. You can't possibly be a co-creator. And that's what you see me do here, is I co-create with God. Meaning I put my 2 cents in on it and I talk shit and we do shit like that. But in essence, you would say it was meant to be. Like, we were always going to have these conversations. You know, going back to me and Russ meeting, those meetings, oh my God. They just sat there. They knew it would happen. They waited for these moments, dude. This is the moment when Lilith meets Lucifer. And that's what I mean. It's like the whole universe is watching us right now. I can feel them. This is those moments, dude, where the crowd goes, you know what I mean, quiet. And we're on the stage. There's no spirit guides. We just get to play out this little role that everyone, like, shh. Everything gets quiet. And we play out our little roles. And they're like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're like, they knew this was going to happen, but they want to see it. They want to see how we react, because we said we were going to play these great roles in life. It's all dramatic and shit on the fucking, you know, in the amphitheaters and then the stadiums and shit. The fucking platform called life. They're so silly. They think it's so funny. I'm like, it's not funny, bro. I'm getting my ass kicked down here. And that's what I said. You guys are just taking it. Sometimes you take it too serious. It's just a simulation. It's an experience called life, bro. And you're like, you've got to be the best of the best. Bro, take off the robo suit, bro. Take off the robo suit. How do you do that? It's all in your flesh, bro. It's your mind. It's programmed. You know what I mean? You have to rewire yourself. You're very... you're hot-wired. Really? Yeah. Does that bring you any peace, knowing that time doesn't exist? It's not really real. Really? Nope, not at all. Today was already planned. I knew I would wake up with God gave me the feeling to wake up and do the things that I shall do today. Same as you and everybody else on this. You know, same with the insects, the fucking trees, everything. He has it planned. Really? Yes. He knows the life and death of all things. So realistically, it's like, what are you stressing? You have to make actionable steps towards the things that you're being called to do. Now that goes back to the tower I spoke of yesterday. Every week we have to face the tower, which is we have to change the way we think, change the way we act, change the way we feel. So yesterday, in the middle of yesterday, after I did all these readings, I'm sitting out there in the glorious sun, all joyful, and here comes my tower. Hey, you know, well, the cards were reaching out and saying it, so I just kind of looked back at the cards, and it's like, there's a friend in need, and they're going through all this hard times, and you may have said some things that made it worse, and they really just need your, you know, your service, and da-da-da-da. So in the middle of the day, they're like, you need to go and extend the olive branch. It's like, bro, I just said yesterday I was never going to reach out to that guy again. What is wrong with you guys? Do you know how stupid this is? What if he answers the phone? God, don't make me do this. Oh my God, Becky. Jeez, are you serious? Yeah, you need to stop funking with this guy. You've been really mean. I was like, why are you mad? Does it have to do with the last thing? And they're like, no. Remember all the other shit? I was like, oh. Which ultimately means I have to apologize. They're telling me to apologize. You don't see the bigger picture. And I wasn't going to paint it for you because I'm trying to just get through it. Like, oh, God's trying to make a lesson out of me. Realistically, he's making me look stupid right now, but okay. Let's put your fucking pride down, break your fucking ego, and do the right thing. Extend your love. I'm trying to love another one. I'm trying to... You want me... I thought I was done with this. You know what God says, and I hate him for this. Fucking God. Love them. Love them till it hurts. Never stop loving them. just go love another. Is that like some Night of Wand shit? And then he's like, oh, but when they need your love, come give them your love. So then Russ is over there. He's all alone. His girlfriend's gone. He wants to ramble on Discord. They're like, go give him some love. Then I wake up in the morning and, you know, here comes Wolfman and he's all in his cards and he don't got no, you know, he's out there looking for attention. Go give him some love. Bro, love to love you all. Love to love you all. God sends me out there to love. I am his being of love. And I just am like so not with it. Really? Really? My heart chakra's hurting as I say that. So, this is what happens. He extends his love through you. And he keeps having to pushing love at you for you to be loving. Because it's like, where am I supposed to love? I don't have no love for myself. How am I going to give anyone else love? So then he fills you up with all this love that's just overpouring, and you just have all this love for, you know, everybody. And you have to, like, give it freely. But the only thing that stops you is like, oh, but that one time, nah, but they're an asshole, but I don't like them, and da-da-da-da. Like, go be nice to that person. It's just like a parent that tells you to go be nice to the kid, the bully at school. You're like, dude, they pick on everyone. They're assholes. Nobody likes them. Go be nice to them. I don't want to be their friend. Go be their friend. Please don't make me. This is social suicide, you know. You have to break those society beliefs. I guess. Whatever. Fuck. And then Lewis. Oh, God, Lewis. God is just so... No, Lewis. Oh, God. Under the shining lights. He ends last. Oh, Lewis. Gosh. The difference between me and the rest of the world is I cry for you. It hurts. And then you look at Russ, you're like, why won't you just destroy my enemy? Oh, Lewis, fuck. What does my knowing do if you don't know? And if you don't believe? You don't believe me, and I can show you all day, but you don't believe God. How can you sit there and be like, I can't believe God? Do you do that all day? I can't believe you, God. I do too. But I mean, I believe that he did this. The question is why, Lewis? Why did he make you fucking end last? That is the question to all of us, guys. Fuck, was that in the cards? I'm sorry, Lewis. Sorry, it's a bloodbath. Oh, God. I love you guys. I wish I could save you from your fate. But you have to learn these lessons. I can't save you. No more than you could have saved me from God dragging me through the dirt. And me and my kids. It looked terrible, I'm sure. But it was just lessons of overcoming fears and living a different way of life. And being independent and learning how to just do we're different. It was a great experience that changed us for our lives. And yeah, he took us away from everybody and all the programming so we could get right by him. 40 days. He took more like fucking 3 years. He took us away. And that's what it was meant. My kids signed up for that. Before they got here, they were like, yeah, this is gonna be the best adventure ever. Through thick and thin, huh, my little thieves? Realistically, yeah. I just want to point that out. Now, the magician is all about manifestations and being able to take the knowing and apply it to this world and create something tangible. So I see all of the 5D and above, and I tell you about all that, and I make it just like right now. Is like, how do you explain time to them? Jesus Christ. All I could think about was the contracts of life and how they're already written, signed, delivered, and done. And that's what I was trying to show you yesterday. He showed me my next life yesterday. I was like, don't you fucking dare, bro. Give me, like, at least 100 years or something. Are you serious? Really? Yep, he showed me going to another planet. What was it? I don't know. It looked kind of blue. It could have been Uranus or Neptune. Are you serious? Yeah, bro. It doesn't matter what fucking little form we take. And that's why all the beings in the universe know me. They know me. These aliens, bro, they ain't fucking with me. They're here to... Like, that's God's got us. That's the highest level of light. Not while I'm in the dark days. That's what I do. I'm the dark warrior. I'm the dark goddess, bro. I'm God's dark goddess, bro. I'm like his dark, avenger. Like the Black Widow. Like, I'd play both sides. What'd you call me? A cult buster? Ghostbuster? Not even. You guys are stupid. Let's talk about this being a manifester. I'm going to tell you this story. You have to be able to harness all the elements, right? The elements, and that's what I said. Wolfman, if you don't tap into all your levels of your heart, you can't manifest shit. That just means you don't have control of the creation, guys. That just means you're not part of the creation. You're just going with it. You're just going with, you're a victim to circumstance. It just makes you feel, and that's the difference. I was like, the only difference between me and you is that I sacrificed it to be in control. Or at least to give myself the impression that I am. Realistically, and that's what the humbleness is. Oh, congratulations on all your doings. I didn't do shit. God did this, and I just did what he said. God told me to fucking get a job with Salvation Army. God told me to get a job. God told me to come here. God tells me to do what I do. So that's the co-creation, is the understanding that we're working together. But realistically, can I go against him? No, that's the surrender. But it doesn't matter anyways, because even if I chose not to, it would have already been written that on this day she said she was going to say no. If that day ever did come, it was already written that I would do such a stupid thing. And that's it. It's like, oh, here's the day where Lilith acts stupid again. I love when Lilith acts stupid. That's really what it is. They love the show I put on. They really do. Why? Because there's nothing like me. This is a day of my creation. Like, oh my God, what did you create, Lord? And they're like, all right, she's going to take form again. This time's going to be better. Wait, what? I take the best lives, dude. Talk about adventure time. I've had the best lives. This one is, they all led up to this. I could take all those lives and use all that shit to fuck around with mankind. Fucking mankind. I'm here to rule. I'm here to get you back to do this. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. That's that Bernie Mac. Alright, let's get on with it. Where'd I turn to? Yuletide season. We're almost there. I have to go get some oils, bro. We got a lot to do. I guess I'm gonna probably end up doing all this shit for my birthday. They gotta get that schedule figured out. Those guys are weirdos. I could be an asshole and just show up and be like, you know, play like, you know, just the people pleaser. Well, I didn't want it. I knew I was scheduled. What the fuck are you guys doing, bro? Talk to you on fucking Sunday about that shit. Alright, we're not on this page. We're on the Magician, who is the first part of the Major Arcana. Having experienced all the joys and sorrows, successes and failures of everyday life, the fool is impelled to turn inwards and devote himself to his spiritual quest. Right? So after you've had enough of life, now you're like, all right, well, what am I? That's that soul searching. That's that midlife crisis. What am I going to do with the rest of my life? I've had this life. Now I'm ready for a new life. Maybe you're not there yet. You haven't, you know, grasped. Dude, my music, bro, was right at the beginning. God said, no, we're done with this. Come on, God. But he showed me. I mean, it would have just been all kinds of hard work. I didn't need to do that. That wasn't my life's plan. My life's dream was to make an album that would change the world. That's all I said, bro. That's all I said. That's all I said. That's all I said. I said I never was going out for Grammys. It wasn't about money. I just wanted to share my experiences, what it meant to be a woman like me that did it all, that we didn't choose. That's all. And so I fulfilled that contract and that destiny. Is there more music? Yeah, I saw it. Prince walks me up the fucking to accept a Grammy, and I accepted in the Spirit's names. He walks me up. Really? Yeah, I've seen it. Great stuff. Visions and all. You're imagining. How can I be imagining when I'm not even planning on a music career? Stupid. What's the music? It's my soundtrack to my documentary. Really? Had nothing to do with being a fucking rapper. It had to do with the fact that I created my own music to my own story. And that's all I ever was about. What music is about. They've long lost that ability. Realistically? Oh yeah. What a soundtrack. Already written. It's in my book that I carry all the time. But basically, it's not really there. I haven't even looked at the words and shit like that. I wrote that in the beginning of spring when we had all this inspiration. Yeah, it's amazing. Wait till you hear it. It gets me a Grammy. How annoying is that to you? Really, I just walk in the vision, dude. It's planned on my life. I don't have to work. I do the work that he tells me to do, and then, you know what I mean? Because I see why I'm doing it. You don't know why you're doing it, but you're doing the work you're supposed to be doing. You're practicing. He's sharpening your tool, one little blade at a time. He's trying to make you a sharper's tool. All right. As he enters in the realm of the major arcana, the first person he meets is the magician, who stands at the sunlight before the altar on which is a sword, a wand, a cup, and a pentacle. The 4 magical tools of the 4 realms of the minor arcana. That means you've already gone through all of the stages. It starts with your mind, which is the swords, and then it goes into your wands, which is your willpower. You're trying to understand your mind and use your willpower with it. Then it goes into your feelings. And then after that, you use all of that to start dealing with your reality. There's stages. You have to do all of these levels, deal with the different layers of your being, is what that's called. Now, literally, you have, so the mind is your mental being. It's a certain layer of your being, right? You're not your thoughts, but it's part of your being, right? Then you have your emotional being, which is your cups. It is the most powerful part of your being. That's what stores all knowing. The emotional is connected. Minds can't connect. Two minds can connect of the same experiences, but that's very difficult to find, and that's what keeps you in low vibrational things, is always looking for people that think like you, means that they had the same low vibrational experiences, so they don't have any knowledge outside of those experiences. So like minds is not really what you want. You want to expand the mind and go into different areas that can have conversations and meet different intellectual people on different levels. But if you're not feeding yourself new information, which is not only through the mind, but through life experiences, like different jobs, different houses, different groups, different cliques, different societal, different things like that, you're not expanding yourself to diversity thinking. Diversity thinking comes from diversity living, right? People of the South all think alike, is what they would say. People of the North, because of their experiences, makes them, mass programmed. Anybody that's been through this all thinks the same way, sort of, is what general thinking is. So that's levels of consciousness. 3D levels of consciousness is all of this. So when we're talking about the mental, going through the realms of it, it's going through the layers of your being. When I started, the first thing I started was my thoughts. I woke up and my mind I could hear my mind for the first time, and I was listening to it. And I was watching my mind, what it would say and what I would do. So that's the next level, the wands, your willpower. That's what I was doing. I was in the middle of the awakening was I had a personality disorder, and because I was on certain medications, that's what stopped the brain, so I could access this impossibility. What happened? I started taking diet pills, as we talked about. Don't be doing this diet shot. The same diet pills that were killing women back in the 90s. It was called a fen-phen diet. They mixed 2 diet pills and people's hearts were stopping and shit like that. Well, then you go fast forward, 2 decades later, and they learned how to change the scripture confirmation. So they put me on it. So now it's a stimulant to my mind. It's supposed to stimulate my body and give me more energy, but what it's doing is it's stimulating my mind. So now there's a chemical that's never been in my mind before that has activated it. And now this is where the opening starts, where I'm not just on a program where, since I guess my whole life, I had a personality disorder. They thought I was bipolar, but it was multiple personalities that were taking over. When I put this stimulant in my mind, I started to see what was happening. I started to see myself think. I started to hear my different versions of myself inside of myself. Then I started to see them project outside of myself. And I had no control. I was just watching all of this. It was the awakening that made me start taking control. Right? So there's the mind and the willpower. Then came all the emotions, which was the fears and shit. So I had to work through all of that. So I worked through everything like that to stop doing what my mind said. That's the willpower. to stop myself from doing everything my mind says. I work through my willpower as I'm working through my mind. My mind's telling me no, but I've got to do this. My mind won't let me do this, but I've got to do this. That's what it means. So I was working through all those. That's a fucking tower right there. And dealing with the emotions. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm angry. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. My mind, and that's the spirit. That's your heart. Your heart, the spirit. The spirit is pushing all of this. There's something inside of you that's making you push against your hurt feelings, your fucked up mind, and do things that you would never, ever, ever, ever do before. It's a spiritual warfare that's happening, and it's an awakening where you just start questioning your mind, you start questioning your actions, and you start going against your, you know what I mean, starting to understand your feelings. Really? When you get to that part, and while you're doing that, you're also trying to understand your position in this world, because that's the pinnacle. Who am I? Not from the inside, but also from the outside. You're understanding, you're like listening to yourself think. You're watching what you do. You know what I mean? You're watching who you are to people, the roles you play. It's a whole thing. All of a sudden you wake up and you're inside yourself, looking at your inside, little by little. And the more you look, that's where this starts. And you start taking yourself off. You know what I mean? It's like you're thinking about something and you're like, why do I, you know what I mean? Why do I think that way? And that's where it all starts. Questioning why you think and feel and act. And then you get to the bottom of why you do it, and through that process, you just decide, either you mostly decide not to do it anymore because you've noticed there's something going on here you don't like. I talked last night about the towers, and I left out Kanye. It just happened. And it could have been the same thing. Kanye started putting some chemical in his fucking brain, and he started thinking different. He started acting different. He started feeling different. They said he was going crazy. But was the difference bad? Did he turn into a thief or a liar or a cheat? Or was he trying to become spiritual or better or evolved or positive or more high vibrational? That's what it is. When you make these, and that's what it is. All these people that persecuted me were persecuting me for my desire to get closer to God. The whole time I was saying I was quitting my job and I was leaving music and I'm not getting a job and I'm taking my kids out of school. It wasn't because I was chasing drugs or alcohol or some ambition. I told them that I was doing this not because I had a career in Japan, but because God, I have to do this for God. There is a spirit inside of me. I can see, I can hear them. I have to follow this calling of God, is what I said since the very beginning. And I teach you this, but yeah, they don't hear it. Nobody knows what the fuck was going on in Kanye's head when he was getting downloads of Harriet Tubman and fucking Hitler and all this weird shit. Was he reading books to make it happen? Was he watching movies? And an explosion of time and space happened inside of his fucking body. They say that happens when you do what Wolfman just did, the ayahuasca, or when you do, when you do mushrooms or peyote. There's been known that these things would happen, where you could have, you know what I mean, this out-of-body experience. And, you know, and it happens, and they say, and all science proves this happens at nighttime for every human being. They enter into different layers of their beings, and they can travel into different areas of consciousness. And that's where, you know what I mean, what's her name? Dolores Cannon came from. She was nothing more than a pioneer in hypnosis. She would put people to sleep, which is put their conscious way of sleeping to sleep. Still keep them awake, but just put a certain part of their brain to sleep so they could access different layers of their brain. It's exactly what happened to me when they put the amphetamine in my brain. And then, you know what I mean? So then I had the amphetamine, but I couldn't take the emotions, dude. I felt like it was too much. It was the emotional explosion of pain and suffering inside of my body was killing me. So then I started taking microdosing psilocybin to take off the edge. And that's what they use for, in all of these clinics. They give them to PTSD people. They give it to them in probably a liquid form. They wait 20 minutes and they have them start talking. Now they can talk about their experiences without the emotional distress. It can flow easier. So when I was doing that, that's what I was doing. So when I went to, I forgot what they are, the psychiatric doctor that prescribes the medication after a couple of months of therapy, I sat with that person and I told them exactly how I was doing this. It's in my medical file that I was on this diet pill, and that I was also taking psilocybin, and that I was smoking marijuana, and that, this is my shit. She put it in the file. She did not want me to change it. She didn't recommend that I got off the street drugs. She didn't want to change it because she said that at that time it seemed that I was able to do more healing than hurting, and that the self-medication was something not ever that they would prescribe but seems to be working. And we left it alone. When did I stop taking mushroom? I stopped taking the diet pill, I don't know. And I didn't take it for long. I stopped taking them after a few weeks, because I started going through the dark night of the soul, and I realized it wasn't giving me any energy. I would take them and I didn't have any energy, so it defeated the purpose of what I was taking them for. So I stopped taking them. After all of my altars had came out, I blew up at tree, and then I had no more access to mushrooms. So I stopped that in the earlier stages too, and I had to just deal with the feelings. I'd already gone through, I had already gone through the awakening where I was in control of the mind by that point. So it just kind of all fell off at the same time. And that's where I did it all. And I had to repair the mind and, go through the feelings. And then also pull myself out of the life that I had created. There was a life that I had created for myself that I couldn't maintain anymore, and obviously I didn't understand till later that there was no happiness in that life. I have no desire to go back there. I didn't understand it. I worked so hard. Why did I never try to get a better apartment? Why didn't I do anything better for myself? I stayed there for too long unhappy, and so my kids. And that's where it is. It's like, it didn't make sense when it was happening. But I understood. Where I was going, I didn't need furniture. I didn't need a second car. I didn't need any of that. He was going to make me all brand new. Which he told me. I just didn't really fully grasp the fact that he was going to job the shit out of me. But I did it. And I was crying, and people were judging me like, how could you do this? They were calling CPS on me. They were sure I was losing my fucking mind. In the name of God. But every day I was recording 3, 4, 5 videos showing what God was doing with me all day, and that we're safe, we're fed, we're miracle babies, we're protected. This is what he's teaching me. This is what I'm learning. Not one, there was just a couple of times where he took me off the internet. Just a couple. Maybe when I was traveling too, when I said I was going to come to Colorado, I was like, dude, I got to figure out my life. I can't do this all day when I get there. No, I got there, and that's all he wanted me to do. He didn't want me to get a life. He wanted me to get stronger at doing this. And you think about, I'm seeing, Jesus. I'm seeing St. Patrick. I want to pull him out of my little jar back there. He had a great, comfy life. Okay, no, he didn't. As a child, he was ripped away by, as a slave kid, and he was made to live with them, and then he makes it back, and he gets a great education. He becomes a high-standing person in the, in the churches, and then God gives him a vision when he's nearly I think he's almost 40 or some shit, and tells him to go out and, spread his word all across, the Celts and the Nordic and the Welsh and everyone, and bring them to Christ. And he goes out there with fucking nothing. He gave up his comfy life to go out there and be, Paul, like the rest of us. Take a couple people and that's it. Fend for yourself. They didn't take no wagons. They didn't take no fucking nothing, bro. The church doesn't do it like that, bro. You didn't get no pocketbook. You didn't get no fucking cash app. You went out there and God be with you. And we believe that God would bless this journey, bro. And you didn't have nothing to worry about. Not fucking nothing. God's going to provide for you. I showed you that in this way, but we never believed that in 2025. That's not how you stay alive. And that's the miracle in that story that gets to be told, and why I become famous and fortunate. But the fortune goes right back to the people. And the fame is all to God, because it's just to show that you can trust Him. I'm famous for what? Surrendering, being obedient, listening to God against everybody's better judgment, being humiliated, hanging on a cross, learning the hard ways of the old life, of the ancients, restoring what God was. That's a good thing, I suppose, but that's what I signed up to do, is restore God. Who am I? The leader of the 144,000. I am the witness in the Revelation days, chapter 11 through 13. I am God's first creation of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 27. I'm not Eve. I am the serpent that gave the apple to Eve. I am the goddess that gave the knowledge and the wisdom of the gods for all times. I'm here again. Oops, he did. Okay, so you have to go through your layers of your being to know who you are. This is just your experiences. You are every bit that. You needed those experiences to restore who you are as a soul. Those were part of your soul experience. That's who you were. You needed those experiences. I needed to be gangster to remind myself that I am the definition. You know what I mean? Okay, moving on. Let's see. The fool would like to pick up the tools on the altar and use them, but has no purpose or direction for his energy. The power to use magic is a lifetime's work. The magician advises him. It begins in the mind and requires the comprehension of knowledge of the natural law. And magic can only work in harmony with these. The great hidden secrets of the nature was written on the emerald tablets of Hermes. Okay, and it's the whatever. Who's Hermes? Another version, bro. That's just what we do. The universal law expressed as above, so below, referring to the micro to the macrocosmo. The microcosmo is an individual human, a reflection of the principles of the macrocosmo, right? So you are a starseed. You're a morsel of the entire universe getting played here. You get to play out with the pieces of the universe that makes you your natal chart. All that planetary energy makes you a part of the universe, but you're a little part of it. But a huge part. You're part of the huge part, but just a little part of it. Which is the totality of the universe, manifested and unmanifested. All aspects of the universe are reflections of the unified whole and underline and connects them. This means that what happens in the greater universe is reflected here on the physical realm and vice versa. And that's where I show you, is that the planets moving, I showed you through the cards and through my life. We're just a mirror to what's happening out there. Because both are part of the one. By manipulating events below in specific and powerful ways known to those who have studied them, the greater patterns will be affected. And this is the basis of magic. And that's someone like me. I change time. I erase time by changing it. And I'm trying to teach you. Otherwise, you repeat it. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime for eternity. Until you change your mind, you do not change your direction. But don't trip on it, because you can't force a thought. You can't force change. It happens naturally, right? So it's by the awakening in little increments of time, or what you would say it took a long time. They're increments of time where you make these little, which are micro changes, to the macro, which is you made a little change today that changed the existence of time, because it changed what happened before. And it was this moment that you changed the contract of where you go. But you were always meant to make that change at that time and to go into that next level. But until then, no. You're just facing the same devil. As they say, and there's no such thing, the devil is you. You're just learning you. Until you've learned you and overcome you and overgrown you, you don't go on to the next you. Really? Yeah. Pretty much. Okay? It is aligned with, I have set up my magic circle to create a mirror of the macrocosmo within the micro. my sacred space. This is my altar. This is it. I've set it up to create a mirror. I access the gateways through this. I can open this gateway anywhere. It doesn't need all of the pictures or anything. It's just certain elements that I put up to open the gateway. But do I need them? No, I don't need the cards and the elements because, sorry, I've harnessed them within myself. So going back to Gary yesterday that pissed me off with the smoking, something that simplistic is a ritual act. It's a ritual act. You find it to be disgusting and frowned upon, but that's a ritual act. Not everyone got to hit the pipe of tobacco. Not everyone got to come into the inner circle and have that moment where you would smoke the healing herb and have a healing experience. Tobacco was always considered a healer. Same with marijuana. Same with all of these, right? You were never, that was like going back to eating grapes. That was only for royalty. You didn't get to enjoy the finer things of life. And that was just nothing more than what the world created. Not what you wear, but what is in the world. So going back to it, this is the altar. Okay? I've set up my magic circle to create a mirror of the macrocosmo. And that's it. What is here? Do you ever notice how it's set? Right here is the Hindu gods. These are ascending masters. Behind there are the 7 candles of the 7 chakras. Okay? There's Jesus and all of it, and there's even more hidden back there. You can't see it, but there's all of this is Jewish mysticism, the candles, all of it, dude, all of it. All of it are symbolisms to the macrocosmo of who's watching us. From the angels to the ascending masters to the Egyptians, it's layered. And on one side, which is the dark, you have the light and the dark. I live in the dark, but we work together in the light for humanity. Okay? So, do you have to have an altar like this? No, you're not a high priestess, bro. And in the beginning, I can bring out a book and tell you if you want to build one. And they're just little shrines. You can have an altar, you don't even realize it. You have many altars to yourself and to your family. Just none. Maybe think about that. You know what I mean? And these are all of the ascending masters and all of me. All of God and all of Goddess. It's the macro to the micro. All right? And that's the same thing that's in my car. That's the same thing, it's that. I carry all of God with me. It is aligned to the 7 directions, the 4 quarters as above, below, and center. On the altar are my magical tools, the sword of intellect. And here's my little swords. They had me get them from earrings. I didn't have any representations of the swords. So I have one for my Morgan, my Excalibur, and then I have one for my Kali. I went to what was it, guys? We went to a festival. It was a spiritual thing, and they sold them as earrings. They're pretty heavy, too. Really? Yeah, but I had to get them. It's like they don't even match. They weren't meant to. They match me. They're meant for me, not you. Okay? Let's see. The swords of intellect. The cup for emotions, and that's where you'll see it's back there. I have hidden... I can pull them out. That was from my last thing. Everything's here. You just don't know it. It's like, don't touch anything. It all has to be... I can't even get it from back here. Otherwise, I'm going to knock everything out. Behind back here... First off, Alistair is right behind me. But back here, I have all of the elemental candles. I have herbs. And then this that I'm pulling out from back there are the waters. And a mirror. So, these waters I got. And I'm supposed to do it on my birthday. If the weather's fine, I'm going to go up there. I planned it. I got those. Those are healing waters. Those are from... the hot springs. I smuggled these 2 in under my bathing suit and filled them up, and I stole the water from the hot springs. Outside of it is an actual spring that comes through Idaho Springs, and I took this one. Right? And then I charged them under, I think it was the full moon of... I can't remember anymore. Maybe Libra? I feel like it was. That's the only thing I was going to say. And then inside of there is what? A charged mirror. I charged this mirror. Magic. Really? Yeah. Yeah. But in my car, I have all the same stuff. I have a different charged mirror. I have all of my holy waters. I have everything. Different candles. I have different representations of everything. Yeah, it's harnessing the powers of the elements that were given to us. You don't know it. If you don't know it, then it doesn't have any power. Don't worry about it. It's just water to you. Bath water is probably what you would consider it to be. Realistically, I mean, I guess. You took some dirty bath water, I guess, if that's what you think it is. If you want to dumb it down, sure. I guess, you know, the spring water from Mother Cabrini's shrine is just unfiltered, dirty mountain water, if you want to think of it that way. That shit's super holy. I have it all over my altar. Anyways, going back to it. The sword of intellect, the cup of intentions and spiritual inspirations, the pinnacle of manifestations and crystallization, and the wand of focus, the wand of will and focus. I have a wand in my car. I don't have one here, but all of the pieces of wood are recognized as the wand. Really? Yeah. Alright, they represent the four substance of which everything is made. Thus I align myself with the one to connect the earth to the heavens and bring the power of the divine to the earth. And that's where you bring in, you know, your little spiritual tools. Each real witch does, each channeler has. They have their little spiritual tools, their little stones or something, their little something that connects them to the higher source. And that could be anything from you guys carrying your cross. And that's, you know, I don't need these to connect, but whenever I leave the house, I mean, if I'm going anywhere outside of a 3-mile radius, I wear all of my emblems. Really? You wear all of that? Yeah, none of it's pretty. I mean, it is. It's important. And it's just representations of the gods as on top of my body. I carry my body as an altar to the gods, same thing. So I'm always anointed too, same thing with the oils, and I'm carrying stones and all of that. I am a temple to the gods. The gods, everywhere I go is a temple to the gods, and I myself am a temple. I create the temple. I am the fucking, so are you. Anyways, moving on. And that's where it is. In the morning, I have to anoint my temple. I have to start the fires. You know what I mean? It's just like a witch. You would turn on the logs. You would turn on the kettle. You would turn on, you know what I mean, the coffee. That's what we gotta do. We turn on the music. We start burning the holy herbs. We start praising God. We start welcoming Him in the spirit of all good things. Really? Whether good or bad, whatever. We're just praising Him. We're just opening the door. He's coming whether you want Him or not. You could just be joyful about it. And I'd rather the door be open to, you know, I'd rather have a clean mind and a clean feelings, and that's what that's all about. It's not like anything bad is really happening, it's just how you feel inside about it makes the day kind of suck ass. So you sit down there in these ritual acts called meditation. That's what my daughter said. She's like, I was up since 4 o'clock. I was like, what were you doing? She was staring at the wall. I said, no, you were meditating. That's called meditating. Because you were thinking and feeling. You were dealing with your thoughts and feelings at 4 o'clock in the morning until you decided to get in the shower. That's what that means. You're processing. If you're not actually putting your energy, you're not moving around and doing anything, you're not watching anything, you're not focused on anything, then you're doing soul searching. You're focusing on yourself. And it just happens. You know what I mean? You just lay there in bed, and that's what the dark hours are for. Whenever it happens, those times of reflection. Where you just sit there, what's happening? Nothing. You're just thinking, feeling, breathing, existing, being alive. That's the best thing. You know what I mean? Like, do you have to get up and do something? It's best not to do. Like, you know you got shit to do, but, like, don't procrastinate. But if you've got the willpower and you feel it, then do it. But if you don't do it. Just breathe. Be in your body and feel what it feels to be like in your body, and make sure your body feels good to sit in. Because if you don't feel good sitting in your body, you're not going to feel good sitting around anybody else or in any other kind of situation. You're going to have anxiety. You're not going to feel comfortable and, you know, going to places and doing things because you don't feel good. Got to take a lot of time throughout the day, and that's where it is. Anything throughout the day. I could go out right now and one of these bitches irritate me as I'm going down the elevator. Like, I get in the elevator and I got to smell somebody's BO or something and get bothered. And it's like, I got to clear this, otherwise I'm going to sit around just bothered. I just gotta, you know, breathe this out. Let this go. Some things, bro. Some things are real bothersome. Some aren't. But don't keep it in you. And that's what this is. Okay? Okay. So, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's like these ritual acts and stuff. They don't have to be. It can be something so simplistic like, you're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna go have a cigarette. That's a ritual act of release. I don't give a fuck. And that's where, you know, people are supposed to be able to go and have a drink after work. That's a ritual act of release. Where I'm trying to get people to is where they don't have to release in that way. Okay? As far as us smoking, is that damaging? I mean, everything we do damages the body. The body's going to go out. Shut the fuck up about all that. You know what I mean? Look at, you could do everything, eat all the perfect diet, and you're still going to die, bitch. You're still, the body's still going to give out, bitch. It don't matter what you put in it and what you do with it. It's going to die eventually. That's not how that be. Winner's mine. All the shit I'm doing to it, all the drugs I've put in it, all the things I've done to it, I don't plan on doing anything else worse to it. I still live till 99. Smoking cigarettes since I was fucking 13 years old, I still live till I'm 99. And then there's some people that don't live past their 20s, bro. They didn't ask for more. Thank God they didn't. What the fuck am I doing here for so long? It goes by in a flash. Just telling you that. Those are your ritual acts of connecting with yourself and, you know, a higher source. When you take a minute to get the fuck out and breathe. Right? Right. Music is good for that, where you just kind of breathe. Careful what you're putting in, though. Don't be putting in shit that makes you angry. Don't be putting in shit that makes you sad. Don't be putting in shit. Now, if God puts some shit in you that makes you angry, then that just means you got to deal with your anger. Doesn't mean he wants you to go out and be angry. When he sends me to go get someone, he doesn't, to attack someone, he doesn't want me to do it in anger. He wants me to do it in love. That's why I'm better than Marshall. I did it in love. I didn't do it in hate. You're gonna hate me now, though. Okay, moving on. Let's see. They represent the four substances of which everything is made. Thus I align myself with the One to connect the earth to the heavens and bring the power of the divine to earth. Upright meaning, something incredible is about to happen. I'm excited. Are you excited? You are feeling inspired and anything is possible. When this card appears, you are the master of your own destiny. And with the tools, and with the will and tools to achieve the goals, and you know it. The magician represents creation and positive action. He offers a new beginning or opportunity in which you are able to take the initiative, make good decisions, and thrive on the challenge. But be clear about your underlying motives and intentions and guard against becoming too arrogant. That means you're ready to go out and do the job. But just be careful not to get fucked up in the job. Don't make lovers and friends along the way of the job. Just do the job, you know what I mean? Be clear about what you're here to do, what you came to do, and guard against becoming too arrogant. And that goes back to, Bobby. If he would have answered, I would have told him straight up. God said you're going through a hard time and I'm making it worse and I owe you an apology and we need to stop fighting. That's what has been the message. Underlining motives. Why am I calling you? God said. What's my intention? To stop fighting and apologize? I'm not here to be an asshole. Don't forget that this is the power, and as I was reading it, I was thinking about my job with Target. I start a new job tomorrow, right? Which is cool. It shouldn't be hard. You think this won't be hard, right? This shouldn't be hard, where they could just teach me how to use this little handheld, and I just do people's shopping, and I'm left alone, and I say hi to the customers, and this shouldn't be hard for me to do. This shouldn't be hard for me to do, right? This shouldn't be hard.
You gotta be fast.
And no, that's what I realized. They do not have a fast culture there. Have you ever been to Target? It is nothing like a Walmart. Everybody moves at the speed of Mr. Plum, which is wander. They wander very slowly. They're don't have an intention. They're just there to, I don't know. Every time I go in nobody's moving fast in there. Not the employees, not the people, not nothing. The air is stale. I think my hours are going to go real long. I'm going to be the fastest moving energy in that place. But what I'm saying is, it seems easy enough, right? Every job I've signed up for, it seems easy enough. I can do this. This is easy. Any monkey could do this. Until you get in there and you have to start dealing with the other monkeys. And you're like, fuck. I thought I signed up for a job where I would just do my own job and I'd be left alone and nobody would bother me. So that's what I mean right here. It's be very clear about your motives, your intentions. Remember, if this doesn't work out, just remember, you only signed up for 5 paychecks. You told God you only wanted 5 paychecks. Don't try to make this a fucking lifetime. Don't try to be a lifetime shopper. Realistically. And that's where you should go into it with life. It's like, hey, you know, don't overdo this. Don't let this overdo you. And that goes back to you, Lewis. Don't try to get yourself back in the top 10. Just go out and wave and have fun from the backfield. It's like, why stress it? It's the end of the race. At least have some fun with it. Fuck. For real? You know they're all watching you. At least give them something to watch at. Like, I'm saying, like, let everybody take off and, like, pretend like something was wrong with your car. And, like, not take off for, like, an extra 30 seconds or something. I mean, just have some fun with it. Jesus. No, you're like, I've got to get back in the top 10. You're going to fight that hard for 10, which means nothing in the bigger picture of nothing. So everyone could say you put on a good fight. Don't you put on a good fight every time? How about just not fight? Don't fight the pimpin'. You should be like fucking, dude, you should just crash your car on purpose and go party the rest of the night. Drink your non-alcoholic tequila and have a good night. Put on the sparkly pants. Really? It's Saturday. Are you going to be sad on a Sunday because you didn't win? Come on. Don't worry about the fight. He's like, I got to fight hard today so that I could fight harder tomorrow. If I get in the top 10, then I could fight to be in the top 5. Come on. Do you know that you're like every person in America? They just don't drive a car. They just drive their life in that with that same mindset. It's not a winning mindset. I want to tell you that. Really? When is it okay to just say, all right, I'm done? I told you to retire when you won at home. I was like, this is a perfect time to retire. You're a winner at home. Just don't go around the rest of the world being a loser. No, you had to just keep on keeping on. You can do this again next year. God, Lewis. You should come home. We're winning out here, right? You want to be part of the winning team? Come back to Colorado. We're winning. Winning. Duh. Alright, moving on. I'm such an asshole. The magician represents creation and positive action. Oh yeah. Don't forget that this is a power that flows through you, not one that you own or you will lose it. You're not a winner. God made you a winner. And you're not a loser. He made you a loser. Don't put it on, bro. Don't put the experience on where I am my experience. I'm a terrible driver. I suck. I'm this. I'm that. No, you're not. It's just an experience, bro. It's like saying, oh, God, I'm the best hamburger flipper there ever has been. What the fuck are you talking about? My uncle flips the shit out of a hamburger. Does he? No, I don't have an uncle. And if I did, he didn't cook. They're all criminals in my family. Alright, reverse meaning. The reverse card indicates an inability to act. You may fear failure. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to be the best loser. You lack self-confidence or be confused on how to proceed. Before you go ahead, you need a clear plan of action. You must assess your skills and perhaps learn new ones. And above all, seek advice. I saw something funny. Seek advice from those who are more experienced. I saw twin flames reading books, spiritual books, studying. You don't have to study, bro. I'm here to teach you. You don't have to be like me. The only part of you that I want to be like me is the honesty. You didn't have the same life as me. I understand that. You don't know the same things. I can teach you, we can learn together, but what I really want is just that. The truth. Can you just be truthful? And that really goes back to, like, what am I here for? Thoughts and feelings. I am the goddess of thoughts and feelings. I've come for your thoughts and feelings. I've come to bring you the understanding of thoughts and feelings. Can you help me understand your thoughts and feelings? I thought you were psychic. I mean, I am, but then you're acting all weird, and now I'm confused because, you know, you're acting like you ain't got no thoughts or feelings. I hate mankind. This is why. Because you're man. You're not kind like us. You're all man. Alright, the magician reverse can be a plausible and charming trickster, the liar, the con man, who uses his cleverness to exploit and swindle others. On page 133. I did accuse Wolfman of being this, but he's so not that clever. They think he is. I get it. You're like that professor that they think is sexy because you're teaching them spirituality. I guess that's what's going on with all these dudes over here. They think it's all sexy because I'm like the goddess. What the fuck are you? You're not teaching them. I saw you do some stupid shit, bro. I don't know where it was. It was playing on my headphones till I got to it. I didn't see you. I heard you. You're like, I'm going to pull a Celtic cross. You never pull any kind of fucking specific card. That means you're studying other card readers. Who are you studying? Steve's Love Tarot, because he's so fucking accurate. Why is he so accurate? Because he's going off of the planets. That's what I told you. He's the closest thing I found to an astrologer. He doesn't call himself one. And no, I don't read all his extra bullshit. He's so hillbilly and he gets on my nerves. But he's not wrong. And that's where it is. It's like, oh, we gotta go listen to church today. That's like me. I wish I could stop talking. I'd be like, can we just stop talking? Alright, so we're becoming magicians. But the only way to do it is to harness those areas of your life. Again, doesn't matter. God's creating your life for you. You can either be part of it or you can just sit there crying or asking him why. Damn, I see the devil card. 3 cards in. How do you know? Because it's burnt. How come? I don't know. Isn't that funny though? You sure it's the devil? I'm sure it's the devil. What's underneath it? Oh, this is great. Look at these cards, guys. Take a leap of faith. Face the tower. And your shadows. Ta-da! That sounds like a great Saturday. Who's about to get it on? That sounds like fun. Not me. What am I doing? I'm hanging out with Mr. Rogers and we're going to do our laundry. I always bring him along. Actually, he brings me along. Really? Yeah, that's my spirit guide and laundry shit. Or anything stupid I don't want to do. Any of these stupid fucking adult things I don't want to do. Do you take him to Walmart? No, that's mean. That's where the boys be in there. We'd be clowning on people. I fucking hate Walmart. God, I went there yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Well, this could be a great day. Or not so good day. Because if you don't take the leap of faith, you're still going to hit the tower. It's Saturday. I faced mine yesterday. I mean, he could reach out and then I have to face a tower. Which is just, this is just messy. Because I'm supposed to be showing Wolfman that I'm not messing with anyone from the past. And God said, go talk to the past. God damn it. I told you guys are getting in my way. Realistically, no, it teaches him he has to have compassion to the understanding. And realistically, that's what's going to happen too. Whoever I got to be with, I got to have compassion to what God's doing in your stupid ass life. And I got to sit there and be supportive while God's teaching you lessons. And if I'm too close, I'm going to get taught a lesson too. Really? Yeah, the towers are coming. What's the tower going to lead to? The devil. Which is your shadow. Come on, is this end out good? Yeah, you get to sail away from the bullshit when it's all done. And let go of the burdens. Or, this is not... I just want to say that if you're not reading this like me, this is all fucking horrible. This is literally the bloodbath. Really? Yeah. I'm waiting for... Okay, good. There we go. We're waiting for that. All I can tell you is it'll end good. It doesn't start good, though. This is ugly. But I'm the magician. I ain't scared. Bring it on. Let me fucking brush my teeth first. Let me shave my legs or something. Realistically, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what that tower is. It's gonna bring up all my shadows. Dude, anytime I have to deal with any of my twin flames, they are a tower that brings up my shadows. Realistically, yup. And then I have to move on from that bullshit. Let go of all of the fucking drama that just happened in my life. And then I'll be okay. This is a weekly thing here. We're gonna do this all today. Really? Yeah. Somebody's gonna reach out. There's something out there. Could have been that message I just missed. I don't know. It's just life, bro. It's like, are you ready for the next one? What's on the top? Are you ready? The King of Swords. You have to have the intellect. All it means is the knowing of what's gonna happen. And it's like, he's reading the teacup. He says, you're going to die, but you're going to suffer, but you're going to enjoy it. It's kind of like a reward. I told you what's going to happen. Watch it happen. It's not me that's making it happen. I'm just the messenger, bro. It happens to me too. The only difference is I know how to accept what's happening. You don't, because you don't know what's happening. I just told you. More so, I try to teach you to learn. I try to teach you techniques so you can learn on your own. So you're not dependent off me or some tarot reader or the Bible or someone else. You have a full connection with God, the universe, whether you want to use a telescope and watch the stars, you want to use tarot, you want to use this, that, you want to talk to the animals, you want to use the weather, you want to use, whatever. I try to teach you how to get back to the oneness so you need nothing more than God. Your connection with God will be the most powerful thing. That's the magician. The magician is all powerful not because of who he knows, but because of what, you know what I mean? It's his connection to the gods. That's the same thing with, the high priestess. Her power is the connection to the gods. Right? How to take that, the otherworldly shit and create it in this world. Well, the high priestess doesn't. She just sees it all. So that where the Queen of Cups comes. She can do it because she has the love to do such things. She's given loving inspiration from the gods to create. She's a loving being. So that's where it is. I see it all the time as the high priestess, but to create it has to be created out of love. The magician you can't do any of that until you master all of your layers of your being and then get into I told you, the highest manifestors are the Queen of Cups. You'll not see it in any male card. There's no masculine card that says this is the King of Manifestors. It's the magician. But the magician understands it's not a power he has, but a power that flows through him, using the internal elements. You cannot do it with just wit, just your thoughts and your willpower. You need your emotions to fuel this. And it has to be given from a higher source to make it really good. Otherwise, you're just, creating madness in your head and we're watching you. The universe said you could do it. It's not like you're not allowed to do that. Going back to Albert Einstein. They gave him the thought. And the thought created absolute destruction. It was supposed to be a weapon of protection, but became the biggest... what were we protecting ourselves from? Each other? We're going to destroy half of the fucking continent with this. This will protect us from the Americans. What are we doing? We're going to destroy all the Americans. What? And that was the nuclear bomb, bro. They gave him the thought that turned into the biggest problem that ever existed. But as soon as they opened up, they knew what they were doing, bro. They wanted, and that's where it is. It's like, Atlanteans and shit. The knowing is what kills you. Going back to Dahmer. Oh, some really creative thinking that made him very dangerous. The best killers are the most creative. They had a thought. And that's the difference. It's like, the thought it's given from a higher source, and what you do with that thought. You know what I mean? Every guy sees a pretty girl and wants, the same pretty girl and wants to screw her. But one guy will take that thought too far and start stalking her. And then he'll end up in her house, and he'll do that. Every guy has had this thought when they saw her. But it was one guy that took the thought too far. He took that thought and his willpower and his emotions and he acted in it, and it became dangerous. Your thoughts, bro. Your thoughts manifest. You take action on every thought you have. And that's where you got to be careful. It's like, I've had some crazy ones. And that's really funny. It's like, I knew that conversation, it's like, where did this thought come from? That was put in my head. That is not mine. That was, going back to Pac, making fun of fucking Wolfman. Wolfman said he was going to get the tree of life, which is this. Can you believe this? Without the beautiful woman. He probably might want to now. He's a non-Jewish man that doesn't understand fully the actual tree of life, but he said he was going to tattoo this fucker on his back, this whole map. And Pac said, for what? So you could stunt on your homies? What is that, a fucking... he called it a bumper sticker. He said dudes just be getting tattoos to look hard for other dudes. That wasn't my thought. That came from my spirit guide, and he was 100% right. Guys don't get tattoos for girls. And they put them on their back for who? Who's staring at men's backs? And they get tattoos for what? To show off to women or to other men? in places like gyms and shit. Really? Yeah, Pac was clowning him, bro. That's what I was like, that's not my thought. I didn't come up with this. Remember, I was going back to Jesus in the whole underwear conversation. Seriously? Oh, yeah. It's like they put the thought, and that's what a download is. You're like, where did that come from? Literally nowhere is where everything comes from. Because it's a place outside of your understanding. It came from nowhere. It happens all the time. The last one I remember is Morgan. She must be pulling on me. She's playing mind games. Reach out, bitch. Reach out. The phone works 2 ways. Realistically? Yeah, I'm playing around. Anyways, Morgan, all day she couldn't find her vape. I did a video there. She couldn't find it. She thought that she left it at someone's house. She went over there because she helped a neighbor move some stuff. She couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. We were sitting there in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden she had the thought. She saw where it was. It was in a jacket in a closet. It's like, it'll come to you. That thought will come to you if it's necessary. And in the middle of nowhere, when your mind is quiet again, now you can have different thoughts. Yeah? So, the Master Manifester comes from the Empress and the Queen of Cups, because they're full of love, not full of thoughts. So they're constantly getting inspiration, and that inspiration is manifesting outside of them. They see it before it becomes. Just the very thought of it makes it come. But it's not really the thought. It was already on its way. It's just the thought and the speaking of it made it gravitate faster. Really? Yeah, people want my powers so they can manifest all great things in their lives, but it's not destined. You couldn't just take... And that's what it is the power is, it's not a specific power. It's the spirit harnessing all of the elements. It's like you couldn't be a manifester like me without harnessing your thoughts, your feelings, your visions, and your willpower. You don't have visions. You want to create things of your imagination based on just thinking about it and working towards it and wanting it enough. That's not how it happens. You know what I mean? Me ringing this bell, I saw it months ago at 1:17:17. I saw this would bring me joy. I said that'd be great at doing that. Could you see me out there doing it, guys? I'd be good. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ling-a-ling-a-ling. I said, I was like, that'd be perfect. Leave me alone. Just let me be outside. Let me be alone. Let me do a good work. I manifested because I saw this would bring me happiness. Okay? I had seen the sign multiple times that Target was hiring. I was like, damn, that'd be so good for me to just work that close to work, or to that close to home. That would be perfect for me. That would be good for me. I wouldn't have to leave. I could be home. I could be right here. That'd be good for me. It manifested because it was good for me. I said this would be good for me. Not like I need this and I can't live without this, and if I don't have it, something bad will happen. No, I only manifest what's good for me. And that's because I see it. It's given to me as an idea. It's like, there's an idea of this guy. They gave me a vision of Wolfman. They said, this guy could be good for you. And I'm like, I see it. This could be good. All I gotta do is work through what? My fears and my negative feelings? No, it's the fears. I don't have any feelings towards you. My brain creates feelings towards you. Based on what it's seen, it judges you. And that's what I said. I don't trust you. And that's really it. How can I change it? Different actions. If I saw something different, I could change the mind. Otherwise, I just have to tell it something different and hope to God that I'm right. Sometimes that's not how it works, but I still have to do it in order to accomplish what I'm trying to do. Even if you're not showing me a reason to believe in you, I have to change my beliefs in you just to get close to you. I can't believe you, Russ. I can't fucking believe you. I have to change my beliefs in him just to get near him. Because if I judge, and that's where it is, I have to take off the judgment. It comes on all the fucking time. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. Alright, so, and I know we pulled this already. We're in the Magician energy. And it's going to lead to, you saw, the beginning of this leads to the Night of the Soul, guys. It's not an enlightenment. The enlightenment process happens. You become more light as you go through more dark. It's not how it happens, bro. Maybe for Hindus, but not over here. And that's why I'm the only one that can teach you this, is that I know what happens. You go into the dark, and I'm there to guide you through what you're going to experience, which is your dark thoughts and your dark feelings. You're taking off the layers of your being by actually reliving all your dark experiences. You're being forced to relive them and lay them to rest before you can go forward in your next mission. Really? The more you process them, and each of them are different and they take long periods of time. It took Carl Jung 6 years to go through that whole process. I did it in 3 years, spending every day, every breaking moment, waking up 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whenever, just dealing with the thoughts and the feelings all the fucking time. So it's never ending, because I could go out today and have an experience that'll give me negative thoughts and negative feelings, and I have to work through those and understand where those thoughts are coming from, which are usually attached to some kind of trauma that happened to me earlier in life that I long forgotten. But now, when I went out today, something about today reminded me about, or made me feel the same way I did all that time ago. And since I didn't process it all that time ago, today is an opportunity that I get to process it, so that these situations don't keep happening. Really? Yeah. It's in those cards, like I said, that doesn't look good. You know what I mean? But it does end good. But we're talking about your burdens, transitioning, your shadows, everything crashing, all based on a leap of faith. And that's what happens, bro. It's like, I know if I do this, bro, the fucking shit is gonna hit the fan. Yeah? And everything, I'm gonna be faced with all kinds of turmoil, inside and out. But I'll have what it takes to overcome this, and I'll feel less burdened by it, and eventually will end up being a happy situation. Let me show you. Reach out to Bobby. This is gonna cause all fucking kinds of fucking problems. Now I gotta face all my fears and shadows of what this is gonna do. I have to overcome that, of whatever is gonna happen, and let it go, so that I can just be free of whatever does happen. I already did it. But it could happen again, and that's what the magnum opus is repeating it daily. It can happen. You can go through 5, 6, 7 towers a day if you're ready for it. Bring it on, God. That's all you got? It's Lieutenant Dan. You call this a storm? This is a storm? You want to send towers by the hours? You want to keep fucking with me all day? You want to keep fucking with me all day? You want to keep fucking with me all day? Keep bringing it, God. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing on that shit. And that's really it. That's Kobe. Oh, you want to play God? All right, Kobe. Pass me the Gatorade. Let's go. I got some more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And what is that? Negativity? Everything's going wrong, bro. You forgot your phone at the house. You fucking locked your keys in the car. You fucking hit a fucking curb. You fucking... Everything's going wrong. Let's go, God. Let's go, God. You ain't gonna break my stride. Let's go, God. You got more? Let's go. Realistically, no, you're gonna end up crying at the end of the night. He did it on purpose. Don't feel bad that he broke you. How hard did it take for him to break you? He broke the shit out of you. You just kept taking it. What if I would have just gave in the first time? You could have just been at home. Damn it. Why'd you make me go all day? You're the one that wanted to go. You want to go? Go home. Go big or go home. That's what it's like, Lewis. Lewis, you about to fight God? You about to fight God right now? It's 1:23:44. You gonna fight him? You're gonna fight for your position in this world? And that's where everyone compares. They're like, well, if Charles can be, if Charles can be in the front, then how come Lewis can? They have the same. That's not it, bro. That's not how you judge. That's how you judge people. Well, they have the same mom and the same dad, and they have the same life, so they must have the same. Why can't they both? And that's where you have a son and a daughter that are completely different. One's in jail and one's in college. Why didn't they have the same opportunities, the same experiences, the same everything? How come they didn't get the same results? Because they don't think the same. And as it's always been said, Charles has been driving that shit car for 4 years. He knows how to drive a shit car. They make cars to Lewis's liking where he came from. It's pretty simplistic. The fact that he signed up for 2 years of this is unreal. This was his retirement plan, and I told him not to do this. I can't save you. I love yous. Laters.